This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for March 1, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, Finance Minister defends a public sector salary review. Despite growing unrest among public sector groups concerning the new pay scales under the Compensation Review Program, Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark has defended the implementation process. Several public sector groups have been threatening strike action over the new pay scales, with some arguing that they are worse off under the new program. Workers attached to the Registrar General's Department stayed off the job for a second day on Tuesday to show their dissatisfaction with the salary alignment under the program. But speaking in the House of Representatives Tuesday afternoon, Dr. Clark argued that only a small group of government employees has been negatively affected by the exercise. He maintained that the government has been courageous in seeking to address a long-standing structural problem as it relates to wages in Jamaica. The issue, he said, requires a painstaking engagement across 140 public bodies, and the government's push to get this done in less than 6 months is an arduous undertaking that we are committed to.
We are displaying the courage, Madam Speaker, to not walk by a structural problem that has existed for far too long and gloss over it with a single increase that applies to all groups. Instead, we're doing the hard work, Madam Speaker, which is painstaking, which requires a lot of engagement across a number of entities, 140 public bodies, and Madam Speaker, to get it done within a year, and as I mentioned, to get it done not even within a year, between November and March, is by definition an arduous undertaking that we're committed to. And the evidence of the job that we're doing, Madam Speaker, is that of 140 public bodies, we're talking about a few that have spilled over into the public domain in this way, and I've given the reasons for it.
But opposition spokesman on finance Julian Robinson contended that the failure of the finance ministry to adequately address the concerns is fueling unrest among government-paid workers. He cited the RGD protest, arguing that members of the public are being inconvenienced due to the unrest.
There are two issues. There's the substantive issue of where they are placed, but there's also the issue of how they are dealt with. And I've been getting too many complaints about correspondence to the ministry that are not being answered in a timely fashion, which has led to a significant degree of restiveness on the part of a number of groups. Not just the RGD, there are other groups who similarly feel that. So I want to urge the minister in trying to complete this exercise by the end of the financial year to ensure that there is adequate and timely communication with the various groupings.
UK's again calls for Labour Minister to ensure security guards receive job benefits. President of the Union of Clerical, Administrative and Supervisory Employees, Vincent Morrison, is again calling for Labour Minister Carl Samuda to ensure Jamaica security guards are receiving the prescribed employment benefits. The Supreme Court ruled last September that security guards are not independent contractors but employees. Since then, the Jamaica Society for Industrial Security has been engaged in discussions with stakeholders about abiding by the court's ruling. But speaking with the news on Tuesday afternoon, Mr. Morrison, who has been advocating for the rights of security guards, again complained that Minister Samuda is not doing enough to assist the guards. He said UK's has written several letters to the minister as well as to JSIS, but these have gone unanswered. Still, Mr. Morrison insisted that a partnership, a joint industrial council, is needed involving the government, security employers, and the trade unions. He said this initiative would help address issues within the sector and benefit not only the guards but also the security companies.
In fact, my General Secretary John Lee wrote him in December, again asking for a meeting. He wrote to Mr. Overton, who was then president of the Jamaica Society of Industrial Security. We got no response. It is not too late for partnership to evolve. And what I'm talking about is partnership. We need to work in partnership. The security guards deserve better. An alliance, a joint industrial council between the government of Jamaica, the employers, and the trade unions will work to the benefit of not only the guards, but to the benefit of the whole
Heightened security at the JN Bank's Portmore Pines branch following deadly robbery. Enhanced security measures have been implemented at the Portmore Pines branch of JN Bank following Monday's fatal attack on security guards attempting to deliver cash. The branch resumed regular operations yesterday. JN Bank says it continues to provide professional counseling and other support to its employees and the clients affected by the incident. The bank says it is working closely with its security providers who are assessing the services they supply. In addition, it is also reviewing security arrangements at all locations across the country and will be making changes as necessary to improve the safety of employees and the clients. 282 new police constables graduate from training. The Jamaica Constabulary Force has been bolstered by the addition of 282 men and women who will now be assigned to police stations island-wide. The newly trained constables graduated from the National Police College on Tuesday in a passing-out ceremony in which they demonstrated some tactical maneuvers to the delight of the large crowd of family members and friends who cheered every move they made. Minister of National Security Dr. Harris Chang said the graduates are trained to be part of the solution by applying the knowledge and the skills that they have learned to restore order, public safety, and security in the society. Today's police officers are trained law enforcement professionals who are skilled in various specialized areas that include traditional and contemporary policing tactics, techniques, and methodologies, Chang said. According to him, more than 2,000 new recruits have been added to the force over the last 2 years. He said this expansion and modernization of the JCF is critical to developing the most powerful police force in the nation's history. Phillips wants more efficient procurement committees. The chairman of the Public Administration and Appropriations Committee, Michael Phillips, wants more done to build the capacity of the procurement committees for the timely implementation of projects. He was addressing Tuesday's sitting of the PAAC as it considered the fourth supplementary estimates. As the committee pored over the figures, it was told that a number of projects were not executed in the current financial year, resulting in the funds being reallocated. Mr. Phillips bemoaned that the reduced capacity of the procurement committees is hampering the work of government. He said the extended time, sometimes years, taken to complete the procurement process is nonsensical, arguing that the situation is at crisis proportions.
It is at crisis proportion now, because it cannot be where, and I'm going to use my Tri-Bridge as an example, a bridge that was there that now has to go to PIMSEC to decide if the bridge should go back or not, don't make any sense at all, which is going to add 1 more year to a procurement process that's going to take 1 year. That don't make any sense at all. And then we wonder why it is that the public say that we are inefficient, we are not working, when they see monies coming back in a budget, when schools are leaking, no furniture in schools, no light in some, and 3/4 of the money is coming back. I don't know how to go explain that now to the general public, but there is something wrong with the procurement process.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.